UTM head coach Jason Simpson, Skyhawks won again at Western Illinois, and now back in the top 25 poll, coming in 25th in the stats perform. They have their open date this week. They will host Eastern Illinois then in their next game in 2 weeks, which starts off a run of five straight OVC games to close the season. So, Coach, some thoughts about that Western game, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, good. I was proud of our staff and proud of our team. It took us about 7 hours or so to get there to make the trip. Though we had a good week of practice, good preparation. Got off to a good start. Got ourselves going. So anytime you go on the road and you score on your first drive and get some stops and kind of get some momentum going and stuff, that's a great thing. Thought we got a good stop there in the third quarter. They had a good drive against us, and I believe came away with no points, and then we were able to go down and score again. Two scores there in the third quarter. So, and kind of get a substantial lead. Um, you know, Kind of disappointed in played some backup guys there in the fourth, and we turned the ball over a couple times, put our defense in tough spots, and to their opponent's credit, they got a couple scores there late, but they all count. But we got to do a better job of that, closing out some games. Even with some younger players playing and stuff. So, but anyway, good win on the road. It's a conference win, gets us back-to-back conference wins, gets us 3 wins in a row, and gets us here to the open week.
Um, since the Missouri State game, which I know you thought you should have won, what has been the biggest difference or biggest change in how your team has responded and won these games in a row?
I don't think I think, well, obviously, double overtime loss on the road to Southeast Missouri, who's obviously a good team. One score loss here at home to Missouri State, who's obviously a good team. So, we lost two close games against two quality opponents. But to our team's credit, and then of course the schedule, was a little bit conducive for it. We were able to, win the games that we were supposed to win, and they're played like they were supposed to play. And then now we, get to the Eastern Illinois week and Tennessee State and, some other quality teams. So, I think we're still finding out about ourselves and still growing as a team. And that's exciting.
306 rush yards. And again, Patrick Smith, we've talked about him, but as another week we talked about, just divided it out. You had somebody of 69, 28, 28, 23, 16. So a very well-rounded rushing attack.
No, he is. And I think there's a couple things that go with that. One, the very pleased with the offensive line. Kevin Bannon, our offensive line coach, does a great job, and I don't think there's a better one in the country than him. And his kids are smart and they're tough. And then of course Cheeks has got good vision, gets pads down, and Glover Cook's been contributing as well. And then the quarterback Kincaid's been adding in the run game as well. But I think some of that, so they get a ton of credit for that. But also our defense, our starting defense, proud of our defense coordinator, Brandon Butcher, and our staff and those kids. That starting group of that first team defense hasn't allowed a touchdown in 3 weeks. Going back to the Kennesaw State game, the Gardner Webb game, and then the Western Illinois game. I think I'm right on that. That starting group has not given up a touchdown. So, very proud of that. When you play good defense, you can run the ball and you can control the clock. But obviously, we still want to maintain balance, but you're able to choose what you want to do when you're playing good defense.
How do you use this week then to get healthy, get better, and work on UT Martin before you look ahead to your next opponent?
Yeah, we needed some rest. We got most of our staff's on the road recruiting this week. But I pushed them really hard in July and in camp, knowing that we had that SEMO game early in the season, the Kansas State and the SEMO game, so that's 3 weeks of camp and 7 weeks of the season, so you're talking about 10 weeks of a lot of football, and a lot of physicality and stuff in practice and getting ready for the Saturday game. So we're going to take some off of the guys that are playing a lot. Concentrate on our younger guys and then correct some administrative things and some just some fundamentals and stuff. And then, and then still we'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and players will get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and then get back to a normal work week next week.
And then you as coach, do you watch other games this weekend? I know obviously your son and sons and playing. What do you do then on Saturday?
Yeah, well, first of all, and I think every coach is like this too. There's when you play a day game, and even though you're on the road and you get a win, and it makes the trip go by faster when you're able to watch all the other games, on the drive back. So the whole bus, we watched a ton, 2 or 3 football games on the way back. And then yeah, you're right. Bama plays Knoxville this week, and Westview, my youngest son, they're off this week. So yeah, the family will go up to get to be a dad this weekend, and a quality football game there as well.
5 games left. What is one important thing your team needs to do those 5 weeks to put yourself into playoff contention or to win to share the championship?
Yeah, well, obviously, we know what the math says. We got 20 quarters of football left, and you control a lot of things that you can control. But it's, I think, for us, the key is just the common cliche of 1-0. I mean, that is all you can do at this point. That's all you can do. My team meeting today, obviously, things, last year we had to go double overtime to beat Eastern Illinois on the road, and they were a quality team last year, and 8-3 football team. The year before, we escaped with a victory here at home, and they were not 8-3. But they gave us all we could handle there. So they played us well the last several years. Obviously they don't have the record they want to right now, but they've also played SEMO beat them, the team that beat us, and then we have not played Tennessee State, and we have not played Lindenwood. Okay, so we haven't had common opponents to really compare it to. So I'm sure they're looking at their schedule, and they're coming off an off week just like us. So we don't have an advantage from that standpoint, but they'll be ready. Coach does a good job, and I'm sure they're looking at, hey, we're going to win out, and get the wins and losses like we wanted to get them, and finish up 5-3 in the league.
Coach, hopefully the open week treats you well and you enjoy some games on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Hey, Kyle, thank you, man. Appreciate you.